So today I was actually talking to somebody, and they asked me, why do you want to launch a marketing company versus a real estate company, or be a real estate agent? Why would you give out the secrets of, it's made you, helping you sell over $1 billion in real estate, made you millions of dollars? I mean, here's the deal. Why would I help for sell by owners, especially to sell their own home and cut my own throat in my business or my colleagues? I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why I started in the industry. So when I got out of the Army, I met some people and they said, hey, the way to make money is in real estate. And I said, okay, fine. So I was a veteran. I took every nickel I had. I sold the car. I took the down payment, the money from the car to use for the down payment to buy the house. And, back then, we didn't have, this was 35 years ago, we didn't have all the access to the information we have now. But, my mom, thank God, was a legal secretary, and she explained to me how to go into the town and look at the tax records and look at the information to find out which properties have sold, which properties have traded, all the different things that were going on that would help me to give me an indication of where that house should sell for when I was done. So, because it was all the money I had in the world, and I didn't consider myself a very smart guy, I was going to make sure that I didn't screw up. So I did probably more so than the average person to find out what the market was for that house. And I still remember we were in there, and I was sitting on a paint bucket having lunch, and a lady came in a mustard yellow jacket, which I now know and love the company that she worked for. That's one of those companies out there that have been out there forever. And she came in and she walked around and she gave us this whole big dog and pony show, and her hair was out, teased out the ear because we were from New Jersey. And I remember she'd come out and she looked at me and she goes, I've been doing this for a long time, the market, blah, blah, blah. I got a gut feeling your house is blah. And I said, okay, so you got a gut feeling, is that right? Okay, great, I'll take that under advisement. Have a great day, I got to go back to work. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I go, listen, I got this figured out. I do appreciate your time. I got to go back to work or my partner's going to be mad at me. And, and the reality is I was throwing her out of the house because I was aggravated. I was pissed off. I was more than pissed off. I was frustrated because I said, I said to my partner, I go, I spent 3 months researching all the information, figuring out where the market was for that house so that we were going to make money. We didn't screw up because it was all the money I had in the world. And you know what? Most for sale by owners, their house has the vast majority of their retirement in it. And in some cases, it's the only money that they have. So it makes sense that you're going to want to know exactly what it's going to take to sell that house. And you want to know that the person that is going to coach you through it has either done it or knows how to do it better than anybody else. So that being said, my buddy said to me, he goes, listen, if you're that good at it, let's just sell it ourselves. And I did. And then he said, you're great at this. Why don't you go consider getting into real estate? He goes, my mom sucks. My mom does it. And she honestly sucks at it. And she makes a lot of money. He goes, you're actually a pretty smart guy. You can figure this out. So, long story short, I got in the real estate business. And after in the real estate business for a short period of time, I very quickly learned one of the most important things that I needed was a coach. And just like any for sale by owner, I think the biggest reason why most for sale by owners aren't willing to try it on their own is because they don't have a coach to coach them through it. They're kind of like swimming in the deep end when they really shouldn't be. You remember that when you were a kid, when you would jump into the deep end off the diving board, and you knew that you could make it from where you jumped into the water, and you could doggy paddle all the way to the ladder. But if you had to go further than the ladder, you were screwed. Or if something happened along the way, or somebody got in the way between you and the ladder, it was going to be a problem because you didn't know how to tread water just yet. And you needed a lifeguard to jump in and help you. Well, that's what we're doing. You see, after learning how to sell homes and spending millions of dollars learning to go get coaches and trainers and mentors to teach me how to do marketing, to teach me how to do copywriting, teach me how to do neurolinguistic programming, which is like scary psychological language like, hey, when is now a good time to sell your house, Mr. Jones? Obviously, you realize what a great opportunity it is. I mean, that sentence alone has legitimate programming language in it that would frighten most people. And you don't need to know all that crap. You just need to know One, how much your house is worth. Two, how do you find the people that want to buy it? The who. Who's the person that's going to buy it? And how do you get in front of them? So what I actually started doing was I said, I hit a midlife crisis. I got tired of selling real estate. And I got tired of it, but I figured out what I really loved doing. What I loved to do the most and what I was passionate about was helping realtors blow up their business and helping them help customers to sell more homes. And I mean, we're good at it. We've actually had, we've actually turned guys from buyer agents into national sales directors, and they're the presidents of some of the largest publicly traded real estate companies in the world right now, and we help develop them. So I know that the market, I know that coaching works. So at some point, I said, okay, recently as last year, we went and we talked to 25 world-class industry experts in the field of real estate. People that are marketing experts, people that are recruiting experts, people that are technology experts. You name it, we got them. And the funny thing is, we didn't just get anybody. We got literally like the president of the National Association of Realtors for 2021. He's actually one of the people we interviewed. He's actually telling people what they need to do to get homes sold and how they're supporting them. We talked to the president and CEO of Keller Williams for like 5 years. This guy is he was the president and the former CEO of the largest real estate brokerage franchise in the industry with 180,000 agents. We talked to guys that were doing 32 transactions in one day in their jammies, never left the house. We talked to guys that have built into huge downlines of people. And we put all that together and we said, hey, you know what? Because you're a realtor, we're going to give it to you for $67. As a matter of fact, we're going to give it to you for free. If you sign up, we're just going to have to give it to you over a 3-day period. But if you want it all right now, like everybody does, they want, instant gratification, right? They want it this minute. Pay us $67 and we'll give it to you. So guess what? We put it all together. We put the price at a price that was affordable for everybody. What we thought was affordable for everybody. And by the way, it was a losing proposition for us because we invested thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to gather that information, and the millions of dollars that I spent with coaches, trainers to create the relationship to get them to show up. And what's funny is we put all this stuff together, we got it out there, we contacted over 200,000 real estate professionals that are actively working in the industry. 200,000, and we didn't contact them once. We contacted them like 6 or 7 times over a 2-week period. And what's funny is, of that, we had less than 1% that actually gave us an email or even looked at the information. We're giving you the tools today. We're giving you the secrets to getting homes sold faster and putting more money in your pocket. And what's funny is, only 1% of the people actually opened up the email, for Christ's sakes. They didn't even look at it. They just hit delete. And on top of that, of the 1%, we had less than that actually gave us their email address to even get the information. So less than, of the 2 million realtors, we had 2,000 agents go look at the information, and only 200 of them took the initiative to put in their email address, which is nothing. It's free, for Christ's sakes. They put their email in there, and of the 200, there was only 20 of them that actually would pay the $67 to get the information. I mean, that boggles my mind, and quite honestly, I was devastated. And it forced me to go look at the numbers closer. And what I figured out was, first of all, it's no wonder the people in the real estate industry, 85% fall out of the business in the first 5 years. They go broke. That's because they're too freaking cheap to pay for their own self and their own education. They don't want to invest in themselves, never mind invest in a strategy to help you to sell your house. So do you really want that person at the helm as your coach to help you to sell the most important asset that you own? The most valuable asset you're going to put in somebody's hands that won't even invest the same amount as they spend on coffee into their training and their coaching. So people say, why are you getting so upset, Sean? That's why. You're going to advise people on the largest asset they own, and you don't really want to invest $100 in yourself and your own education Christ, that's like a butcher not sharpening his knives. It's like a doctor who doesn't want to learn before they cut you open and start operating. I mean, it's scary when I think about it. So what is the difference? What did we do? What are we going to do about it? I got really smart. And I said, you know what? What's funny is the realtor doesn't care either way if you sell your house or not. It's no wonder that 40% of the properties that are put on the market never sell. And of those 60% that sell, 35% of the time when it's done with a real estate agent, it falls apart because the realtor doesn't care if it sells or not. Because remember, they didn't pay for the coaching. They didn't know what to do or what not to do. So here's the twist. Remember I said I really enjoy coaching and I'm passionate about it? You could hear the passion in my voice and the frustration. Guess what? We figured out that the consumer is the person that has the highest level of interest in getting that home sold. And guess what? The consumer is willing to pay somebody 10, 20, 30 times, 100 times in some cases, because some of them, remember, the realtors aren't paying anything for the training. So you have people that are paying 5-6% commissions to realtors that have zero education other than having a license and aren't willing to invest in themselves, that are going to go teach you how to sell your house or educate you, and actually you're going to put them in charge of it, which is really frightening. Okay? Because you think that they're an expert, and behind the scenes, they're too cheap to invest $67 for Christ's sakes to learn how to sell a house. So why did we actually launch the 10X Real Estate Marketing Company? We figured it out. If I go to a homeowner and say, hey, pay me a few bucks, I'm going to give you the tools, I'm going to educate you, and I'm going to train you in a very short period of time. I'm only going to train you in what they call just-in-time learning. I'm only going to teach you what you need to know to get your home sold now. And I'm going to look at your house and I'm going to figure out which one of the things in my toolbox are going to help you to get your house sold at the fastest price with the least amount of expenses and the least amount of stress. And most of all, without paying a goddamn commission to the people too cheap to invest in themselves. Yes, I'm frustrated. And am I a market disruptor? Hell yes, I am. Why am I a market disruptor? And a guy said to me this morning, he goes, why would you do that? Aren't you going against the grain in your industry? No, I'm not. What I'm doing is, I'm saying to consumers out there, hey, do you really want to hire somebody that doesn't want to invest in themselves? They're not willing to pay $100 and you're paying them $10,000 to sell a house or to help them buy a house, and they won't invest that money to learn how to service you better? That's ridiculous. So guess what? You want to learn how to sell your house? Do you want somebody to do it for you? You want somebody to coach you through it? You want somebody to give you the tools? And when I say coach you through it, I'm not a genius. But one thing I know how to do, I know how to coach sellers on getting their home sold. I've done it over 2,000 times personally. I've negotiated over $500 million in real estate. And guess what? Most of the time when I'm negotiating it, I'm getting a headache, I'm getting frustrated, I'm getting excited, I'm getting mad. And my wife is like, why are you talking to people in your industry like that? And I say to my wife very clearly is that they're idiots. They don't have any idea that they're hurting their customer by negotiating the way they're negotiating. And you know what? It boggles my mind that somebody hired these people and they don't have a clue. And you know what? It's frustrating as hell. And I'm here to change that. I'm here to put the power back in the homeowner's hands. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to coach you through getting your home sold and saving tens of thousands of dollars. And when you get stuck, you just raise your hand like the kid in the pool that can't tread water, and I'm going to go jump in and I'm going to help you. Because part of our value proposition is not only are we going to help you to do it, we're going to guarantee it. If you decide partway through that you no longer want to try this on your own and you just want us to handle it, we'll jump in and we'll handle it, and we're going to give you back your fees that you paid us in the beginning. So we're going to guarantee it. Plus, we're going to guarantee you get your home sold. If you can't get your home sold, I'll make you a guarantee that if you can't get your home sold, I'll give you a 100% guarantee. If it doesn't sell, we'll make you an offer to buy it. And there's plenty of people that'll give you that as a value proposition, but there's nobody out there that's going to do it and guarantee it. We're willing to guarantee it. And why am I passionate about being the real estate coach for the consumer and the homeowner, now you understand. I tried helping my industry, and the people in my industry don't want to help themselves, as evidenced by 85% of the industry falling out of the business in 5 years. By the way, the other 15%, when they do happen to sell your house, 35% of the time it falls apart. It doesn't work. And that's probably evidenced by them too cheap to invest in themselves. So if you're not too cheap to invest in your process and you want to coach somebody to coach you through it, and you just want the a la carte marketing services and secrets to getting your home sold, give me a call. My name is Sean Chalice. I am the real estate coach for the consumer. Give me a call. I want to help you. And I want to go and help somebody who actually cares about saving $10,000 to $20,000. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the other side. I do appreciate you.